So do you also want to send a WhatsApp message with image to all your leads within seconds? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to automatically send WhatsApp messages with images using Pabbly Chatflow. So like you, I also want to send automated WhatsApp messages to all my leads, that too in single click. Then for that I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that whenever I'm just going to add my lead details into my Google Sheets, automatically with the help of Pabbly Chatflow, a WhatsApp message with image will be sent towards my lead. So to do this, I've simply created a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Chatflow. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, I used Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to see the proper working of this automation, and if you also want to create this automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to automatically send WhatsApp messages with images using Pabbly Chatflow. So whether you're sharing product pictures, flyers, event banners, or tutorials, this setup helps you to deliver rich visual content directly to your audience chat. So let's dive in and make your WhatsApp communication with this image automation. So as you can see that I've successfully sent an image to my customer right over here about the new product launch. So yes, I'm just going to show you how we're going to set up this amazing automation that within a single second automatically a WhatsApp message with images will be sent to all of my customers who I have right over here in my spreadsheet. So to do this, we are simply going to open a new tab and we're just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. So I'm simply going to search for pabbly.com/connect in my browser and open the landing page of Pabbly Connect. And after opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of stars free every month to explore the application. But over here, I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect to connect different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And once we're going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to get started with this automation, we simply have to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here, I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations. And on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I have already created and which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button, enter your folder name and create your own folder. I have already created multiple folders, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now I'm just going to name my workflow as this: send WhatsApp messages with images using Pabbly Chatflow. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create. And once we're going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this, you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger. And that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, we are simply going to select our trigger application as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it right over here. Now for the trigger event, I'm simply going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row, and then we are simply going to get a webhook URL. So I'm just going to copy this webhook URL and open our sheets, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Pabbly Connect's workflow. And I'm just going to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then towards this get add-ons. And now we have to add an extension in the spreadsheet which is Pabbly Connect webhooks. So we simply have to search for the same right over here, which is Pabbly Connect webhooks. So as you can see that I have already installed this extension. That is the reason that it is giving me the option of uninstall right over here. But you have to install this extension right from here only. And once you're going to install this extension, you simply have to refresh your spreadsheet. So it is a really important step to refresh your spreadsheet. Otherwise, you'll not be able to get the option of Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here in your extensions tab. And after getting this option, we simply have to go towards this Pabbly Connect webhooks and then towards this initial setup. And after coming over here towards this initial setup, it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So I'm simply going to paste the URL URL which we copied from our workflow. And now for the trigger column, I'm simply going to enter my trigger column, which is D. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. So as you can see, I've simply entered my trigger column, which is D, because I want to send these 4 details towards my webhook URL. But if you want to send 3 details, your trigger column will be C, and if you want to send 5, it will be E. So the trigger column will be according to your spreadsheet only. So now after entering both of these details, I'm simply going to click on this button which says submit, and once we're going to click on this submit, with this it is saying setup configured successfully. With this, we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we're just going to do is I'm just going to open my spreadsheet, and we have to click on this button which says send test. And once we're just going to click on this send test, it is saying test data sent successfully. So it has successfully sent me the test data. So over here, Pabbly is going to capture the response of the same. And as you can see that Pabbly has successfully captured the response of the test data. And with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what is going to happen is that whenever I'm just going to add a new row right over here, then automatically this workflow is going to get triggered. For that, I'm just going to simply switch on this button which is send on event. So it is a really important step that this button should always be switched on, because upon switching on this button, whenever a new event is going to occur in your spreadsheet, automatically the details will be sent towards your webhook URL. Now we're going to move on further. Now what I want is I want to send WhatsApp messages with images using Pabbly Chatflow. So over here, I'm just going to go back towards my accounts tab, and over here you can see Pabbly Chatflow. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to open the dashboard of my Pabbly Chatflow account. And after opening my Pabbly Chatflow account right over here, we first have to add a WhatsApp number inside our Pabbly Chatflow. So to add a WhatsApp number, we are simply going to go towards this add WhatsApp number, and over here we're going to get 2 methods. A video tutorial dedicated to both of these methods have been attached in the description box below. You can check it out. I have already added my WhatsApp number, alright. So now I'm just going to move on further and send WhatsApp message using Pabbly Chatflow. So to do this, I'm simply going to select my action application as my Pabbly Chatflow. So I'm just going to search for Pabbly Chatflow right over here, and I'm just going to select it. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as send template message and click on this connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Pabbly Chatflow account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this, select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying enter your API token here, log into Pabbly Chatflow account, navigate to the settings and then select API and webhooks and copy the API token. Alright, I'm just going to open my Pabbly Chatflow account. We're just going to go towards this settings, and then we have to go towards this API and webhooks, and over here my API token. So I'm just going to copy this API token right from here, and then we're going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting this API token, we are simply going to click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our Pabbly Chatflow account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me for the recipient mobile number. So I'm simply going to enter the recipient mobile number right over here, but we're not going to enter it manually by typing it like this, but instead we're going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we're simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm simply going to map the mobile number right over here, but you can notice in the help text it has clearly mentioned that enter the recipient's WhatsApp mobile number with the country code but without the plus sign. So I have to add a country code right over here. So I'm over here in India and all of my leads and customers are of India only. So I'm simply going to enter the Indian country code right over here by typing it manually, because this 91 will now not change with every new response received, but this phone number is going to change because this is mapped and this is entered manually. Now after entering this, we're going to move on further. Now it is asking me to select the template name. So I'm simply going to select the template which I have created, which is product launch, and I'm just going to show you this template. For that, I'm just going to open my Pabbly Chatflow account. We're just going to go towards the template section from the left side of the bar, and over here in the template section you can see that I've created a template named product launch, and over here you can see that this is my template which also has an image in this. So I'm just going to select the same template right over here, which is product launch. Over here, if you want to create a new template, you can go towards this add new template button and create your own template. If you want to learn in detail how to create a new template, we have attached watch a video tutorial in the description box below. You can check it out. Alright, this video is only going to focus on how to send WhatsApp message with Pabbly Chatflow, also with the image. So it is going to focus on the same only. So I'm just going to select the template. We're going to move on further over here. You can see for the header type, we are simply going to select it as image right over here, because in this template we have a header of image. Now we're going to move on further. It is asking me for the header parameters. So if you have any header parameters, you can enter it right over here, but this is not the required field, and my template doesn't have any header parameters, so I'm just going to leave it as blank. And now it is asking me for the media URL. So you must be wondering from where we're going to get this media URL. I want to send this image, but how are we going to get the URL of this image? So to get this URL, you simply have to upload your media on your WordPress account, and you're going to get the URL simply by going on this copy URL button right over here. And I'm just going to simply paste the media URL right over here and move on further. Now after entering this URL, it is asking me for the file name. So I'm simply going to enter my file name to right over here, which is vitamin C serum. Now it is asking me to copy the offer code, URL variables. So both of these are not the required fields, so I'm just going to leave it as blank. Now it is asking me for the name, so I'm simply going to map the name right over here. We're just going to map the first name, put a space, and then the last name. Now we're going to move on further. It is asking me for the opt-in, so I'm just going to keep it as yes. It is saying incoming blocked. I'm just going to keep it as none. We're going to move on further. Now it is asking me for the tags to remove or tags to add. So if you wish, you can definitely add a tag or remove a tag with this amazing automation, and also you can add the attributes, name, and the values, but these are not the required fields, so I'm just going to leave it as blank. And now it is asking me for the body parameter, example demo user. So you must be wondering, what is this body parameter? So to let you know about this body parameter, I'm just going to open my template, and over here in my template you can see that in front of this hi, I have added one in curly brackets. So you must be wondering why I have added this one in curly brackets. Because what I want is, I want to just replace this one with the name of my lead every time I send an automated WhatsApp message like this, alright. That is the reason that I have kept this one as a variable, because I want to send a personalized WhatsApp message to each one of my lead. And now I'm just going to map this value of 1 right over here in the body parameter, which is the name. So I'm just going to map the first name, put a space, and then map the last name. And over here in my template, I had only single body parameter, so I've mapped the same. But if you have multiple body parameters, you're simply going to add a comma and enter the value of the another. If you have one more, you simply have to enter the comma and add the value of another. So you have to enter the value in comma separated. I only have a single body parameter, which is the name, so I'm simply going to map that same and move on further and click on this save and send test request. And once we're just going to click on this save and send test request button, yes, you can see message sent. So we have successfully sent a message. So I'm just going to open my WhatsApp and check for the new message received. So I'm just going to open my WhatsApp, and as you can see, a new message has been received right now. Over here you can see the product image also with the message, and yes, this message has my name, so it is a personalized message. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and we have successfully sent an automated WhatsApp message with an image using Pabbly Chatflow. But not only this, I want to send a message to all of the customers which I have right over here in my list, not to a single one, right? So what we're just going to do is, I'm just going to send a message to all of these, but over here I'm just going to erase these dummy phone numbers and enter the real phone numbers. For that, I'm just going to erase these dummy details, and over here I'm just going to enter the real details so that I can send them a message. Alright, so I'm simply going to change these phone numbers one by one. And yes, now after entering the real phone numbers, what we're going to do is, I'm simply going to go to this extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and over here you can see the button of send all data. So I'm simply going to click on this button, which is send all data, and now what is going to happen is that a WhatsApp message will be sent to all the data which I have right over here in my spreadsheet. So yes, with this we have successfully sent a WhatsApp message to everyone, and to view these WhatsApp messages, I'm just going to open the inbox section of my Pabbly Chatflow account, and over here you can see that we have successfully sent a WhatsApp messages to all of these. Over here you can see that we have successfully sent it to Michael Johnson. Over here you can see that we have successfully sent it to Jane Smith and also to John Doe, and over here you can see that we have successfully received the WhatsApp messages to right. So yes, this is no magic, this is the power of automation, that in a single click I simply clicked on this button, which is send all data, and a WhatsApp message has been sent to all of the details which I had right over here in my spreadsheet, right? So this is no magic, this is the power of automation which we created right now. So yes, right now I showed you this with only 3 details, but if you have hundreds of details, then also a WhatsApp message will be sent to all of them. And not only this, if you're going to add a new detail, then a WhatsApp WhatsApp message will be sent to that number too, because your button of send on event is also switched on. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow and we have successfully sent a WhatsApp message to all the leads, or you can say to all the customers which we had in our spreadsheet. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect and also Pabbly Chatflow. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.